Hello, everyone. Welcome to Therapeutic Yoga class today. So we are tackling our neck, but specifically, we're tackling a very common condition in the neck, commonly known as text neck. Now, text neck is just the new age version of it. If you would have lived 20 years ago, it would have just been called poor posture. It could have been called reader syndrome back then, right? But the bottom line is we are going to be tackling our neck posture today. So we're going to do a quick little physical therapy lesson at the beginning of yoga class before we actually get into our yoga class. So what you actually need for the yoga class is going to be your yoga mat, some sort of yoga bolster or support, a yoga strap or belt, and also a yoga block or something similar to that size. But I also want you, if you've got a second, to go ahead and grab your phone. If you're not a smartphone user, then I want you to go ahead and grab that reader or that book or whatever it is that you spend a lot of prolonged sitting time using. And also grab a pillow, because I want to show you guys a really simple trick to get rid of those difficult postures that are causing us neck and shoulder issues that we can completely avoid. All right, so what causes the neck pain associated with using our cell phones? It's just bottom line, poor posture. And so what happens is we may start thinking, hey, we're using our phone correctly at eye level, in case you didn't know that. But our shoulders and our rotator cuff muscles are not endurance-based muscles. So they get tired very, very quickly. So then what ends up happening is as our shoulders get tired, our phone comes down. And then we start feeling the strain into the back of our neck, and then we start dropping our rib cage. And before we know it, this is where we are for minutes and minutes on our phone. Hopefully not hours, but it is a reality. So let's talk about how we can fix all of that. Well, number one is obviously tricks to improve your posture. So grab your phone, place it in your hand that you would typically keep your phone in for reading. Once you have it in your hand, just take an opportunity to take the phone and put it at eye level. So when you put your phone at eye level, all right, that is how you should be using the phone. The reason it got the name text neck is as soon as we take the other hand and we start using it with our phone, now we've got two shoulders involved, we drop it down to be using it like we would a paper and pencil. All right. So we have to learn to use our fingers on our phone at eye level. The easy solution to that is to take something to simply support your elbows. Once you support your elbows, which is the reason you write on a paper and pad on a table, all of a sudden, texting on your phone is in a good posture neutral position. But a couple other tricks that you can do for your neck, nice and simply, every time you're working on your phone, allow yourself to think about lengthening through the back of your neck and simply settling your chin into your throat. And then finally, feeling your shoulder blades engaged. So just simply allowing yourself as you're working on your phone to think about pulling your shoulder blades back and down. And you could sit here for a very long time without ever feeling any tension in the back of your neck or between your shoulder blades. So those are my tricks. Phone at eye level, pillow or something to always support your elbows if you're going to be on your phone for any period of time or any prolonged texting. Lengthen through your neck, settle through your chin, squeeze through those shoulder blades. So that is all I have to say about that. Now let's fix those of you that do have text neck and have tension in your neck and shoulder blades. Let's make it much happier. So find yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position. And once you have yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position, allow yourself to place your pelvis in your sit bones so that they're midpoint on your bolster, hands onto your thighs. Take an inhale, roll your pelvis forward, allow your belly to stick out, squeeze through your shoulder blades, just gently look up. You don't have to go into end range neck extension here. And then as you exhale, roll your pelvis back, pull your abdomen in, spread the shoulder blades, slowly and gently bring your chin down to your chest. Now, you may feel tension when you do that. That's A-okay. Inhale, roll that pelvis, stick that belly out, lift that chest up, squeeze those shoulder blades. Gently look up, no tension, please, in the neck. Then as you exhale, roll that pelvis back, pull that abdomen in, let that rib cage curl under, chin into the chest, gentle stretch through that upper neck muscles. One more time, inhaling. Modification of cow pose here in sitting. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those shoulder blades. And then as you exhale, modification of cat pose in sitting. Okay, so see if you can find that halfway between your cat and your cow. So halfway roll of tuck of your pelvis. Let that rib cage sit up nice and tall, not super extended, not crunched downward. And then allow yourself just to slightly pull your shoulder blades back and down. Okay, so when we sit prolonged, we shut our diaphragm off. So the very first thing we need to do to take care of treating text neck is to get our diaphragmatic breathing back. So in the position that you're in right now, with those shoulder blades a little bit pulled back, lengthen through the back of your neck, settle through your chin, take your hand, place it on your belly, right where your belly button is. So as your diaphragm works, you'll feel the pressure of your abdomen start to come into the top of your thumb and your index finger. All right, so take a slow, deep inhale in. As you do, let your belly expand, let your diaphragm do its work. And then as you exhale, just gently let your abdomen relax. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling, slowly expanding the belly, giving the diaphragm a bit of exercise. And then as you exhale, slowly relaxing. One more time here. Inhaling, diaphragm expands outward, belly comes outward gently. And then as you exhale, the belly relaxes, the air just passively comes out. All right, place that right hand back onto your thigh here. Allow yourself in this position. Relax your shoulder blades back and down. We're going to find the perfect position for them in just a second. But let's allow ourselves to get a little bit of length through those upper cervical muscles. So you have 4 upper cervical muscles on each side of your neck. Those muscles get so compressed and tensed when you're in that prolonged flexed position. Let's give them a little bit of length. So allow yourself to let the back of your neck lengthen and drop that chin downward into your throat. Take a nice deep inhale here. And as you exhale, just very gently turn your chin towards your right shoulder. Now hold yourself in that position. Let's get those eyes moving, guys. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, look back behind you as far as you can to the right. So your eye muscles and those upper neck muscles are very, very kindred spirits. As we stretch one, we stretch the other. Take a deep, slow inhale here. Exhale, unrotate the eyes back to the side. Then take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring your neck back to the center. Now, don't cause pain or tension. Just go in your rotation until it's a pain-free range of motion. Let's do the left side. Lengthen through the back of your neck, settle through your chin. Take a nice deep inhale in. And then as you exhale, gently turn your head to the left. Now take another deep inhale in. And then as you exhale, take your eyes as far back to the left as you can. Holding that there. As you get those eyes back there, you're stretching out and relaxing through the right suboccipitals this time. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Then, as you exhale, let your eyes line back up with your face. And take a deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, unrotate your head. Yeah, so oftentimes just doing something as simple as rotating the head and rotating the eyes can do significant changes to the amount of tension in those upper neck muscles. Also, one of the chief originators of a lot of those headaches that we get from being on our phone for too long. All right, so let's get those shoulder blades in a good, comfortable position, and then we're going to do some stretching of our neck. So take your hands to the center of your heart. Take a nice deep inhale, lift your hands up into the air, reach your palms upward towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows, take your pinkies and try to pull them back behind you. Now, as you do that, can you feel those shoulder blades start to pinch together? Pinch them even harder. Then take your hands back to the center. Take an inhale, lift nice and high, palms all the way to the ceiling. Hold your breath right here for a second. And then as you exhale, pull those elbows down, really pull those pinkies back and squeeze those shoulder blades together. All right, let's do that one more time. hands to the center of the heart. Take an inhale, lifting nice and high up. Hold your breath as you reach your palms to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, allow yourself to bend those elbows down, pull those pinkies back, and give it a nice good squeeze right here. All right, gently lower your hands downward. Go ahead and grab your strap. So as you grab your strap, we're going to begin to open up and lengthen several of the muscles that get very, very tight when our neck is in that forward bending position for a really long time. So our upper trapezius muscle is a third of your trapezius muscle. It's the part that connects your shoulders to your neck. And oftentimes it becomes too far forward. So what we need to do to stretch out this muscle is we actually need to pull it back where it should be. So take a strap, place it to the side of your neck so that it's kind of where you would place a necklace. The front of the strap, hold it up and around your right hand. You can grip it if you've got good, strong strength, but I like to wrap my strap around my hand. And then with the back of the strap, do the same thing with the strap so that you've got the strap behind you or beside you on the left side. Now let's shorten those muscles real quickly here. So take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, just gently side bend your head to the right. Now all of those right neck muscles are shortened. Keep your right hand exactly where it is. Don't let it move. Then take a nice deep inhale. And on your exhale with your left hand, pull the strap back. Feel all of those muscles being pulled back as you do so. If you're feeling some burning, that is a-okay. That's what happens when you lengthen fascia, a big word in the manual therapy world. So just let that fascia lengthen as it burns. Okay, let's put a little bit of length into these tissues, but not too much. We're already creating length by pulling them backward. Take a nice gentle inhale, lift your head upward. And then as you exhale, just a micro side bend to the left side. Now here's what I want you to do. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, see if you can pull that strap back a little bit more. Yeah. Let's do that one more time. Nice deep inhale in. And then as you exhale, pull that strap back a little bit more. Beautiful. Gently inhale, bring your head up to the center. And as you exhale, just relax the strap. Okay, let's switch it and do the left side now. So place the strap so that it's like a necklace on the left side of your neck. Take your left hand in the front, wrap it around the strap. If you've got good, strong hands and good, strong grip, you can just hold the strap. That's totally fine. And then reach back on the right side and do the same thing with the strap on the right side. Always try to make sure, now, whether this is a dog leash, a scarf, a yoga strap, a belt, whatever you're using, make sure you are in contact with skin, because that contact with skin is really what's going to open up those tissues. All right, here we go. So take a nice deep inhale here. And then on your exhale, just gently let your head side bend up and over that strap. All right, keep those muscles nice and shortened. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale with that right hand, really pull that strap back nice and far. Feel the burning of the tissues. Now, let's add just a little bit of length to those muscles. So take an inhale, lift your head to the upright position. And then as you exhale, just a little bit of a side bend to the right. Not so much that you feel like tight tension, just a little bit of a snug and a pull. All right. In this position, hold yourself here. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And then as you exhale, pull that strap back even more. Oh yeah, open up that left area. Nice deep inhale in. And then as you exhale, pull it back just a little bit more. Yeah. And then as you inhale, let your head come back up to the start position. And as you exhale, relax the strap. Okay, now we're going to do one more thing with the strap before we get rid of it for today's class. We're actually going to do a strengthening exercise for our neck. So take anywhere on the strap, midpoint's fine, whatever you like, and then place it somewhere on the arch of your neck. Now, if you can feel your neck and feel where maybe you have a crease or a wrinkle, okay, that's the best place to put it. So wherever you got wrinkles on your neck, you guys, that's your stiffest segments of your neck. That's a great place to put this strap on your neck. So place the strap on your neck. Once you have the strap on your neck, hold the strap on both sides with your hands. Now, you're trying to hold the strap parallel to your rib cage. So if you're sitting up nice and tall, that's parallel to the floor. Don't pull on the strap, but just have the strap gently taut. Now, lengthen through the back of your neck until you feel full contact with the back of your neck on that strap. And then let that chin really nicely settle down into your throat. If it gives you a double, triple chin, don't even worry about it. It's a matter of creating that contraction of the muscles of the front of your neck that we're interested in, okay? So keep that chin down and in there, kind of like you're nodding. As that chin is nice and in there, allow yourself in this position to keep your neck and your head nice and steady. Now take an inhale, and as you inhale, gently put a little bit of tension in that strap, but don't let your neck move. As you exhale, hold that neck in that position. You're firing up all those back muscles. Let's do this for 2 more breaths. Take a deep inhale, pushing the neck into the strap, but also the strap into the neck. And then as you exhale, hold it right here. 1 more nice deep inhale in. And then as you exhale, relax the strap and then relax your neck. You've got it. So a really excellent exercise that's not very aggressive, but really does fire all of the neck muscles that are in the back of your neck, as well as turns on the neck muscles in the front of your neck that oftentimes get inhibited or shut off with really poor posture. All right, so let's do one more thing in sitting that we open up kind of a little bit through the side of our rib cage, because we're going to get our rib cage nice and open, because oftentimes with text neck, it gets really, really closed downward. So sit up nice and tall. And once you're sitting up nice and tall, take your left hand and place your left hand down and beside your bolster. Once you have it on the floor down and beside your bolster, go to your right sit bone and allow yourself to push downward into your right sit bone. Then right hand out to the side of your body. Take a nice deep inhale, lift that arm up into the air, and then as you exhale, side bend all the way open. Now you should feel this from maybe even your right low back all the way up to your right armpit. But I want you to do something even more today. Gently turn your rib cage up a little bit. Lengthen through your neck and gaze upward as you're in this side bend. Now, wherever you feel this tension the most, that's where I want you to take some nice deep breaths into. So take a deep inhale into wherever you feel the greatest tension. And then exhaling out. One more time. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And then exhaling out. Then as you inhale, lift your arm and your body up. As you exhale, drop your right arm down. Okay, right hand down and off of that bolster. Before you do anything with your left hand, go to your left sit bone and push and sit down into that left sit bone. Now left hand out to the side of the body. Take a nice deep inhale, lift that arm nice and high. And then as you exhale, side bend up and over. Now you may feel this completely different on one side compared to the other, and that's a-okay. But here's what I want you to add to this latissimus stretch today. I really want you to try to lift your chest upward a little bit. Lengthen through your neck, settle your chin, and maybe even gaze up a little bit. Now, wherever you feel this, the greatest tension, that's where I want you to put your breath. So take a deep inhale into that side of the body. And then exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Then inhaling, lifting your body and your arm up, exhaling, relaxing that left arm down. Okay, so we're not done with your bolster, but we're going to get off of our bolster and get onto our hands and knees for a few moments. So just shift your hips and your legs to one side. Bring yourself up onto your hands and knees. Just gently move your bolster off to the side for a few moments and get yourself in hands and knees pose. So hands and knees pose, have it so that your knees are hip distance. If you're unsure what hip distance is, take your 2 fists, place them down and in between, and that's approximately what your hip distance is. Then take a quick look back and make sure that your feet line up with your knees, and then stack your hips directly on top of your knees. Take your hands, walk your hands underneath your shoulders, index fingers forward, thumbs, spread them on in there. Soften the elbows, so don't hyperextend your elbows. Keep them nice and soft here. All right, let's go through 3 cat-cows. So as you take an inhale, let your belly sink, let your tailbone lift, let your rib cage drop, squeeze through your shoulder blades, lengthen through the front of your neck and gently gaze upward. Then as you exhale, pull your abdomen in, tuck your tailbone under, spread through your shoulder blades, lengthen through the back of your neck, tuck your chin into your throat and gaze into your belly button. Inhaling, Sink that belly, lift that tailbone, squeeze those shoulder blades gently, lift the head and look up. Exhaling, really pull that abdomen in, tuck the tailbone, spread the shoulder blades, chin, get it all the way into your chest, gaze into that belly button. One more time here. Take an inhale, sink the belly, lift the tailbone, squeeze the shoulder blades, lengthen upward with the gaze. And finally, exhale, pulling under with that tailbone, abdomen, curl it in, spread the shoulder blades, chin to the chest, gaze into the belly button. Now stay right here. Use the strength of your arms and slowly start to push yourself back into your child's pose. Drop your sit bones down onto your heels, chest down onto your knees, and then gently soften your elbows as the crown of the head comes down onto the floor. Now, make sure it's the crown of the head. So we're trying to work on text neck here, right? So we need to get that length through the back of our neck. So if you can think about where your hairline is, try to gently drop your hairline down onto your yoga mat. Now, if your spine is incredibly tight and you can't even get your head anywhere near your yoga mat, grab your bolster or grab your yoga block so you've got something to support your head on. You can only get those muscles to relax if your head can relax. So drop the crown of your head onto yoga mat, yoga bolster, yoga block, whatever works for you. Now have your elbows bent and have your shoulders relaxed. And then go to your belly. Remember that diaphragmatic breath we did at the beginning? Take a deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into your belly here. And then exhaling out. One more nice, slow, deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. All right, bring yourself back up into hands and knees. So puppy pose is where we're going next. As you bring your hips up on top of your knees, nothing should have changed with your feet, but take a quick look back. Make sure you still have your alignment. Then from here, drop your elbows down where your wrists are. Now, puppy pose is absolutely essential for treating text neck because it opens up the middle of our back. But a lot of us have really tight shoulders because we do too much forward. So I want to give you a great alternative for doing puppy pose today for those of you that have really tight shoulders. So allow yourself in this position to just gently start to walk your elbows out off the side of your yoga mat as your chest drops downward onto the yoga mat. Now you can just rest your chin down onto your yoga mat. If your neck is at all tender in this position, you can gently turn your head to your left or right side. Or you can allow yourself to get a little bit extra extension through that lower cervical area by allowing your chin to lengthen away and gaze at the top of your yoga mat. So nice, good modification of puppy pose here. For those of you that have a little bit healthier shoulders, you can walk your hands all the way up that yoga mat so that you've got that length through the side of your body as well. Now, here's where your breath needs to go. Your breath needs to go into that chest that's touching onto that yoga mat. So take a nice deep inhale into your chest, into your yoga mat. And then exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into your chest, into the yoga mat. And exhaling out. Wonderful. Walk your hands backwards and then very slowly pull your elbows back in. Now, from being on your elbows, all I want you to do is slowly walk yourself down and onto your belly. Now, if you have a sensitive low back, this is a good time that you could take that bolster and place it underneath you or use a pillow or something underneath you. But we're going to be really working on Sphinx pose here. So Sphinx pose, for those that have difficulty doing puppy pose, is a nice little safer alternative that doesn't require as much flexibility, but you are reversing all of the deleterious effects of that poor posture with text neck. So allow yourself to position your elbows directly underneath your shoulders and then line your index fingers up forward so that your forearms are running parallel. Now lengthen through your legs so you've got some nice good space, and then allow yourself to gently squeeze through your glutes. So that allows you to not kind of let your lumbar spine go down into a passive extension. In this position, allow yourself to kind of pull your shoulder blades up and away from you, lengthen through the back of your neck and settle into your chin. Now, you're doing nothing else other than staying into this active pose. But once again, I want you to change where your breath goes. I want you to think about breathing into the top of your chest here, not your neck, not your shoulders, the top of your chest. So take a deep inhale and pull your rib cage forward towards your thumbs. And then as you exhale, relax, lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take an inhale, pull the rib cage up and towards those thumbs. Beautiful. And then as you exhale, relax. Beautiful. Now just gently walk your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your elbows in. Take a deep inhale here, and on the exhale, push yourself back into your child's pose. Walk your hands back as you do so. Slowly let your chest come back down onto those knees. Always, always in yoga, if you do an extension pose, make sure that you're reversing it. So if you're in Sphinx pose, upward dog, anything that's more extension based, puppy pose, do a child's pose afterwards, just for the sake of your low back. So gently drop yourself into your child's pose. Take a deep inhale into your belly. That's where you get the stretch of your low back, guys. And then exhaling out. And one more time here, nice deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Wonderful. All right, time to get on our bolster. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to place your bolster in the center of your yoga mat lengthwise. Once you place your bolster in the center of your yoga mat lengthwise, you're going to take your yoga block and place the yoga block at the end so that your head is going to be supported by that yoga block. Now, if you have really forward head posture or an accentuated kyphosis, an overarching of your upper back, then you might want to consider having your yoga block in its tallest position. If it's in its middle position, it will be fairly parallel with your yoga bolster. Now, a great trick to get on your yoga bolster to lay flat on your back is to bring your bum down to one bottom corner of your yoga bolster, lay your shoulder down on the edge of the yoga bolster, and then simply just roll yourself over onto your back. Now, as you get there, here's what I need you to position yourself as. I need you to feel that your tailbone and your pelvis are fully on your yoga bolster. Then I need you to comfortably position your head with your yoga block. Once you've got yourself in that position, you guys, we are ready to keep moving forward with treating and taking care of any of that neck issue we might have relative to being on our phone, reading, knowing whatever our hobby is that is forward and into a sitting position. All right, so now that you're in this position, keep your knees bent, your feet flat. Gently take your hands and rest your arms out beside your body, but below shoulder height. So we're going to start nice and low below shoulder height. Lengthen through the back of your neck and settle your chin into your throat. And I want you to think about that diaphragmatic breath that we did when we were in sitting and we did when we were in child's pose. We're going to do it again because we're in a whole new position. And believe me when I tell you, if you can improve your diaphragmatic breathing, you can improve your posture. So imagine where your hand sits on your belly. If you need to place your hand on your belly right now, go ahead and do so. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Let your belly expand upward towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, slowly let your belly relax. Let's do that 2 more breaths. Nice deep inhale into the belly. And exhaling, let that belly relax. Nice slow inhale into the belly and exhaling and letting it relax. All right, so now let's go to our arms. Take your palms up, knuckles down, elbows straight, and slowly let your arms come up and away from you, kind of like an angel in the snow. So imagine you're a kid. Well, maybe you didn't have snow as a kid. I don't know. I had lots of snow as a kid. And you're in that snow doing a snow angel. That's what I want you to picture that you're doing right now. Okay, so then gently bring those knuckles upward into the top of your snow angel and find that point with your right arm and your left arm where you feel gentle tension into the front of your chest. Once you've got yourself into that position, check in that your neck is long and your chin is settled. And here's what I want you to do. Take a nice deep inhale, and then on the exhale, try to pull your rib cage down a little tiny bit into your bolster. Oh, you'll feel that beautiful stretch to the front of your shoulders. Now, maybe in this position, even rest your tongue to the roof of your mouth, maybe even close your eyes here. See if you can do that diaphragmatic breath. Take a deep inhale into your belly and exhaling out. 2 more breaths here. Nice deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. 1 more breath, deep inhale into the belly and exhaling out. Then gently return your knuckles downward away from your snow angel. And we've got 1 more beautiful opening of our chest to do here. So here's what I want you to do. Take your fingertips and point your fingertips upward towards the ceiling. Have your arms so that they're running fairly parallel to one another. Then bend your elbows 90 degrees. As you bend your elbows 90 degrees, it now is that right now your thumbs are pointed downward towards your head or your ears. Now, in this position, without moving your elbows, take your palms and turn them away from you. As you turn your palms away from you, your pinkies are somewhat facing downward towards the floor. Lengthen your neck, settle your chin. Take a deep inhale in. Then as you exhale, slowly open the arms away from one another and try to pull your pinkies downward towards the floor. Yes, that's right. Your pinkies towards the floor, not your elbows. So as you pull your pinkies towards the floor, your elbows should stay lifted upward, your forearms parallel with the floor. Once you find that position, allow yourself to lengthen through your neck, settle through your chin. Take a deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, maybe pull that rib cage down again. Now, maybe again, close your eyes, tongue to the roof of the mouth if you want to. Certainly not necessary, but we're going to do 3 more diaphragmatic breaths right here. Take a deep inhale into your belly. Exhaling out. Pinkies are touching, elbows are lifted. Don't let your elbows drop. That hurts your shoulders. Deep inhale in. Exhaling out. And 1 more time. Nice deep inhale in. And exhaling out. Then as you inhale, bring those forearms back up to the center position. As you exhale, straighten your elbows and lower your arms down towards the floor. You've got it. Okay, so now all we're doing is gently rolling off of our bolster. It's nice and easy to do. Just fall off the side, then your bottom elbow and your top hand pushes you up into a seated position. Take your bolster, move your bolster off and away from you. Take your yoga block, move your yoga block off and away from you. You're already laying on your side, so gently lower yourself down onto your side and roll yourself over onto your back. Now, you should in this position feel like your spine is open, your chest is open, your neck is longer. Men, are we doing a good job today to get rid of any sort of neck tension and pain? So let's do a little bit of extra strengthening here through our shoulder blades before we end our class. So what I want you to do, the exact same position that we got in is where we're going next. But now we're going to be working on engaging muscles, not opening our chest. So keep your knees bent, your feet flat. Have your spine in a happy position. Maybe go through a tuck or tilt of your pelvis. Roll the shoulder blades a little bit underneath you, lengthen your neck, settle your chin, and then take your fingertips back upward towards the ceiling. Forearms and arms are running parallel. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees, thumbs are pointed downward. Rotate the palms outward, pinkies are now facing outward and downward. Take a deep inhale here, and then as you exhale, drop your arms down and out to the side. Now it's easy for your elbows to touch the floor, hopefully, unless you have a really tight shoulder. Pinkies, keep them touching downward, palms are outward. Now, in this position, what we're going to be working on doing is engaging through our rotator cuff muscles and our shoulder blade muscles. So take an inhale, push your pinkies down into the floor. As you exhale, squeeze and push your elbows down into the floor as you feel your shoulder blades squeeze and lift. Hold it. Take a deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, relax your arms, relax your shoulder blades. Okay, 2 more times. Take an inhale, push your pinkies down first. Exhale, push your elbows and squeeze between your shoulder blades. Hold it here for an inhale. And then as you exhale, relax your arms, relax your shoulder blades. Keep that neck long in the back, settle the chin in the front. Final time. Take an inhale, push your pinkies down. As you exhale, push your elbows, squeeze your shoulder blades. Hold it here, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, relax completely. All right, beautiful job. Slowly drop your arms down beside you. Lengthen through your neck, settle through your chin. Take your right knee towards your chest, hands around the shin bone. Nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, pull your knee into your chest. Then simply take your left leg and lower it straight down onto your yoga mat. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, maybe even pull your right knee deeper into your chest. Now take that right foot, place it onto the left knee. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Today, take that right hand and bring it back into that position that we've been in twice already. Allow yourself to take a nice deep inhale into your belly here. And then as you exhale, pull that right knee to the left. Feel a stretch through your hip. Feel your pelvis lift, your low back lift, your rib cage lift. But keep that right shoulder blade engaged onto your yoga mat. Now lengthen through the back of your neck. Settle your chin downward. And then slowly turn your head to the right. Now, it's all about the neck today, guys. So take your gaze and look down and into your mat. Take a deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into your belly. And exhaling out. Then bring the gaze back in line with your face. Unrotate your head. Start at your right shoulder blade and slowly derotate the rib cage of the low back and the pelvis. Place the right foot on the floor. Slide the left leg up and then bring your left knee to your chest. Hands around the shin bone. Nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, pull your knee into your chest. Take your right leg, slide it straight down onto your yoga mat. And go back to your left knee. Nice deep inhale in. And as you exhale, pull your knee into your chest a little bit more. Then slowly take your left foot and place it onto your right thigh. Right hand holds to the outside of the left knee. And today, take yourself into that same position that we worked on to open up through the chest and strengthen through the shoulder blades and arms. So find yourself with your elbow bent, pinkies down, palm outward. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, pull the left knee to the right. Feel the stretch through your hip. Feel your pelvis lift, your low back lift, your rib cage lift. Keep that left shoulder blade engaged onto the yoga mat. And then lengthen through your neck, settle through your chin, and then take that chin and gaze over to the left. Now, make it even more about your neck today. Take your gaze all the way down and into your yoga mat. A nice deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. Slow, deep inhale into your belly here. And exhaling out. Let your gaze line back up with your face and then unrotate your head. Start at that left shoulder blade and derotate that rib cage, that low back and that pelvis. And then finally, the hip as you place your left foot onto your yoga mat. Slide your right leg up and then bring both of your knees to your chest for one beautiful opening of your low back. Keep your neck long, your chin settled. Take your knees into your chest. Take a deep inhale into your belly, and as you exhale, pull your knees nice and deep into your chest. Deep inhale into your belly here, and exhaling out. Then gently drop one foot down to the yoga mat, followed by the other. Make sure that you feel like your back is in a nice, comfortable, neutral position. Keep your abdominals engaged for a second so that your pelvis doesn't change its position, and slowly slide your legs down to the corners of your mat. Once you feel like you're in a nice, comfortable position, just let your abdominals go. Have your shoulder blades underneath you. Gently straighten your elbows. Rest your palms upward, knuckles downward. Gently lengthen through the back of your neck and gently let that chin settle back into your throat. Rest your tongue to the roof of your mouth and gently close your eyes. Just take this moment right now to embrace how your neck and your shoulders and your upper back feel. And as we're resting here, let's keep our mind going, okay? I want you to go back to those few tips I gave you relative to using your phone the next time you grab it. 1, keep your phone at eye level. So if you're texting, that's hard to do, especially if you have weak shoulders. So you've got to support your elbows. So use something underneath your elbows as you're texting, as you keep your phone at eye level. Finally, change your posture. Lengthen through the back of the neck, settle that chin inward, and then give those shoulder blades a gentle squeeze back and downward. Nice, simple tips that can really change the health of your neck. Now start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and do some circles with your wrists and your ankles. When you feel like you're ready, go ahead and start to slide one leg up, followed by the other, and then gently let yourself roll to your left or your right side. As you're finding yourself resting on your left or your right side, just rest there for a breath or 2 or 3, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then on an exhalation, using your bottom elbow and your top hand, gently push yourself up into a seated position and find yourself in easy pose. As you're finding yourself in easy pose, gently take your hands and place them to the center of your heart and put a beautiful smile on your face. Lengthen through the back of your neck and settle through your chin. Take in a nice, beautiful diaphragmatic breath. And exhale out. Namaste. The highest in me salutes the highest in you. Thank you for joining me today.